What if the most impressive car of 2025 isn't German, not Japanese, not even American? What if it's something no one expected, from a brand that people thought had already played its best cards? What if Citroën, yes, Citroën, just silently launched one of the most underrated, misunderstood, yet brilliantly engineered sedans of the year, and barely anyone noticed? This isn't just a car, it's a statement, a rebellion, a quiet disruption to the entire automotive hierarchy. And it starts with a question few people dare to ask. What do you really want from your next car? Numbers on paper or real-life balance? At first glance, the 2025 Citroën C4X CPE doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't rely on aggressive air vents, exaggerated grills, or ultra-low profiles. In fact, most people walk past it without realizing they're looking at one of the smartest design decisions of the year. But those who stop and look closer, they discover a silent masterpiece. It begins with design, but not the kind you find in magazines with buzzwords like sporty or coupe-inspired. No, Citroën plays a different game. The C4X's four-tier LED daytime running lights blend seamlessly into a sculpted front fascia that's neither loud nor bland. It's confident. Right at the center sits Citroën's new badge, refined, precise, symbolic of a new direction. The upper grille doesn't try to dominate. It whispers identity rather than shouting it. Then comes the 18-inch diamond-cut alloy wheels, not just for aesthetics, but chosen deliberately to enhance road presence without sacrificing ride comfort. And here's where things take a twist. The C4X isn't your average low-slung sedan. It has increased ground clearance, merging sedan elegance with SUV functionality. This subtle elevation isn't just cosmetic, it's practical. You sit higher, you see more. You glide over speed bumps that leave other sedans wincing. The rear? A continuation of Citroën's new visual language. The LED tail lamps echo the front's complexity, creating a cohesive, fluid silhouette from nose to tail. The fastback-style roofline doesn't dip dramatically. It flows, suggesting movement even when parked. It's the kind of design that doesn't chase trends. It creates longevity. Step inside, and that's where Citroën flips the switch. Gone is the traditional cold minimalism found in some modern cars. The cabin of the C4X is unapologetically human. The seats? Re-engineered. They're not just seats. They're soft, ergonomically sculpted cocoons with extra foam padding, lumbar support, and height adjustments designed to hold you through hours of city traffic or countryside cruises. This isn't racing-inspired performance seating. It's real-world comfort, everyday luxury. And then the twist no one expected. Chat GPT inside your dashboard. Yes, that's right. Citroën has integrated natural AI voice control powered by Chat GPT, turning your infotainment system into something far more conversational and intuitive than competitors offer. You don't just tell it to play music or navigate to work. You can ask it what the weather is like along your route, suggest a nearby scenic drive, or even recommend restaurants based on cuisine preference. It feels personal, it feels smart, and it changes the way you interact with your car. All this is controlled through a 10-inch touchscreen that's responsive, minimal, and cleanly integrated above a 7-inch digital instrument cluster. No gimmicks, just information where you need it, when you need it. But here's the real kicker. All of this is just the surface. Because the real reason the C4X might be the most underrated car of 2025 lies beneath the hood, and in the choices Citroën has made. This car doesn't come in one flavor. You can get it as a 1.2-liter turbocharged mild hybrid, pushing 99 to 134 brake horsepower depending on the variant, paired with a seamless 6-speed automatic. And for those ready to go electric, a fully electric version that offers up to 154 brake horsepower and a 425-kilometer range with the larger 54 kilowatt-hour battery. Still not impressed? Here's the punchline. The C4X supports 100 kilowatt fast charging, allowing a 10 kilometer per minute range boost and hitting 80% charge in under 30 minutes. That's faster than some high-end EVs double the price. So, ask yourself again, why isn't everyone talking about this car? Maybe because it isn't built to win drag races. It's built to win hearts. The C4X doesn't want to be the loudest car on the road. It wants to be the smartest, the most comfortable, the most adaptable. It doesn't chase gimmicks. It delivers balance. And here's where we hit the climax of Chapter 1. People aren't ignoring the C4X because it's unremarkable. They're ignoring it because it quietly refuses to play by the old rules. And that makes it dangerous to the status quo. Now the real question is, what else is this car hiding beneath its soft-spoken shell? Because Chapter 2 will uncover the full force of its performance, intelligence, and global strategy that could quietly reshape Citroën's place in the automotive world. Shall we begin? Let's fast forward. You've taken your first drive in the C4X. You've felt the surprisingly refined suspension gliding over a pothole-riddled road like butter. You've watched the adaptive AI voice assistant light up with a natural, almost human response as you asked it for an alternative scenic route home. You've leaned back into the foam-padded seats that cradle you, like memory foam pillows in a luxury lounge. And now, you're starting to ask the bigger questions. What exactly is Citroën trying to do here? Because if you look close enough, the C4X isn't just a sedan. It's a Trojan horse, a seemingly mild-mannered family car on the outside. But on the inside, it hides a technological, strategic, and mechanical intelligence that most automakers are years behind on. And the deeper you look, the more you start to realize this isn't about one car. It's about a comeback. Let's lift the hood, literally and metaphorically. Underneath lies one of the smartest multi-platform strategies of any car in 2025. Built on the Stellantis CMP platform, the C4X doesn't reinvent the wheel, it perfects it. This means parts compatibility, faster production times, lower cost, and easier servicing globally. But here's where it gets clever. Despite sharing DNA with other Stellantis models, the C4X is unapologetically unique in execution. Citroën uses the shared platform as a foundation, but builds an identity that feels hand-tailored. That's how it can offer three distinct powertrain paths, each engineered with specific users in mind. 1. The mild hybrid, 1.2-liter turbocharged. Not a gimmick. This is an actual daily workhorse. You get 99 or 134 bhp depending on the variant, and a small electric motor adds another 28.6 bhp when needed. It delivers real-world efficiency with silent low-speed cruising and zero stress in urban traffic. You'll never notice the hybrid switch. It's seamless. 2. The pure electric variant. You choose between 134 and 154 brake horsepower, with a 50 or 54 kilowatt-hour battery respectively, offering 360 to 425 kilometers of range. Unlike many EVs that trade range for power, this one gives you both, and then it throws in 100 kilowatt fast charging like a mic drop. Imagine this. You plug in at a highway station, grab a coffee, check your messages, and 20 minutes later, boom, you've got 200 kilometers of range back. That's not just convenience, that's freedom. But let's talk about where the real thrill lives: intelligence and emotion. Because Citroën doesn't just want to give you a powertrain, it wants to know you. That Chat GPT-powered assistant, it learns. It remembers your roots, your voice tone, your preferences. Over time, your car doesn't just respond, it anticipates. You're not talking to a screen, you're talking to a system that feels alive. Citroën calls this empathic design, a philosophy where comfort, intelligence, and emotion converge. Take the climate system. It doesn't just keep the cabin cool, it adapts based on where you're headed. If it senses you're driving into sunlight, it subtly pre-cools. If it's raining outside, it suggests defogging without you asking. It's not just a climate control, it's mood management. And here's something almost no one realizes. The noise cancellation technology embedded in the C4X's EV variant rivals luxury brands. The cabin is so quiet, you can hear your own thoughts whisper back. It's not marketed as a luxury car, but it feels like one when you're inside. And this brings us to the twist. While the world obsesses over top speed, 0 to 100 times, and touchscreen sizes, Citroën has quietly engineered something far more revolutionary: balance. It's a car that isn't trying to impress your ego, but your soul. You won't find aggressive sport modes. What you'll find is progressive hydraulic cushion suspension that absorbs bad roads like silk sheets. You'll find a weight balance and steering ratio that feels like it was custom tuned for calm, confident everyday driving. And you'll find yourself asking, why doesn't every car just feel this right? Now here's where the story wraps itself into something bigger than just a review. Because the C4X isn't Citroën's attempt to beat Mercedes or BMW. It's something braver. It's their way of saying, what if you didn't have to choose between logic and emotion? What if you didn't need to spend a fortune for intelligence, comfort, and range? What if the future of driving wasn't about being faster, but being smarter? This is a family sedan built for thinkers, for feelers, for the quiet rebels. It's not for everyone, and that's its greatest strength. So here's the final twist in the story. The 2025 Citroën C4X isn't just underrated, it's quietly starting a revolution. A shift back to real driving, authentic comfort, and human-first engineering. And those who realize it early, they'll be the ones smiling behind the wheel as everyone else chases headlines and horsepower. You don't need to scream to make an impact. Sometimes, all you need is to whisper the right things to the right people. And Citroën just did.